Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here tonight. I want to tell you about a moment. See if you know it. Someone is talking to you in English, and they are telling you something interesting or exciting or sad, and you are listening. You understand them. You understand every word, but your face is still, and your mouth is closed, and you say nothing. Not because you don't care, you care very much. Not because you don't understand, you understand perfectly. But because you don't know what to say back. There is no small word ready, no easy sound. So you just nod and smile and stay silent, and the person keeps talking, but something has cooled between you. Because they cannot tell if you are with them. They cannot feel you listening. And slowly the conversation grows heavy and awkward and short. And afterward you think, why can't I be warm in English? Why do I sound so cold when inside I am not cold at all? Tonight, we are going to fix that. Gently, softly, while you rest. Because here is a beautiful secret. The warmth of a conversation is not made of long sentences. It is not made of perfect grammar or big words or clever things to say. It is made of tiny sounds, small, warm, easy little pieces of English. 2 words, sometimes one. Oh, really? That's great. No way. That's great. No way. Oh no. Exactly. These are the smallest pieces of English there are, and they carry all the warmth. They are what make you feel like a person in English. They are what turn a cold, silent conversation into a warm, living one. And the best part, they are so easy. You do not build them. You do not think about them. You just say them. They are ready-made, little gifts you can hand to someone again and again without any effort at all. Tonight, I am going to give you those pieces, slowly, softly, one at a time, and then I will show you small talk, the gentle art of easy conversation about nothing much at all. And I will walk you through real conversations so you can hear how they sound and feel how they flow. You do not have to study. You do not have to remember anything. Just listen and rest and let the words settle into you, softly, while your body sleeps. So get comfortable now. Let your head sink into the pillow. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your hands grow soft and heavy. Take one slow breath in and let it go slowly. The day is over. There is nothing left to do. No one is waiting for you to speak. There is only this quiet voice and the warm dark and the gentle words ahead. So close your eyes and let's begin softly together. Let's begin by understanding something. Because when you understand why something matters, it becomes easy to remember. In English conversation, there are 2 people. One is speaking, and the other is not just waiting. The other is reacting. This is the part that most learners never learn. In your English classes, you learned how to speak, how to ask, how to answer. But nobody taught you how to listen out loud, because that is what reactions are. Listening out loud. When an English speaker tells you a story, they are not just talking at you. They are watching, waiting, listening for your small sounds. And with every "oh, really," and every and every "wow," they feel you with them. They feel connected, and so they relax and open up and tell you more. But when you are silent, even if you understand perfectly, they cannot feel you, and the strange thing happens. They begin to wonder, do they understand me? Are they bored? Do they even like me? And they grow uncertain, and the conversation grows thin. So here is the truth, softly. Your silence is not neutral. Your silence says something. It says, I am far away. Even when your heart is saying, I am right here with you. And this is why reactions are the fastest way to sound fluent, faster than grammar, faster than vocabulary. Because a person who says, oh, really, and that's amazing, and no way, at the right moments feels like a wonderful conversation partner. Even if their sentences are simple, even if they make mistakes, the warmth comes through. Reactions are not extra. Reactions are the conversation. So tonight we begin here with the smallest, warmest, easiest English there is. Let's start with the very smallest things. Sounds that are barely words at all. They are so small that you cannot get them wrong, and they will carry you through 1,000 conversations. The first one is mm. That is real English. It means, yes, I understand. Keep going. Native speakers make this sound constantly. It costs nothing, it requires no thought, and it tells the other person that you are with them. Listen. Mm. Soft and soft. And warm and easy. Next. Oh. Oh. A small sound of noticing. Oh. I see. Oh. I see. Oh. I see. Oh. 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 Right. Feel how easy those are. One tiny word, and suddenly you are in the conversation. Next. Ah. A soft sound of understanding arriving. Ah. Okay. Ah. I see ha. Right. This is very English. Very natural, it means. Yes, I follow you. Right. 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 Yeah, right. Next. Yeah. Yeah. Softer and warmer than yes. Native speakers say yeah far more often than yes in relaxed conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. Let them settle now. Listen once more and let them float through you. Me. Oh. Oh. Right. Yeah. That is all. And with only these, you can already be a warm and present listener in English. You do not need anything more to begin. Rest with them. Let them settle deep. Now let's add warmth. Let's add color. Because when someone tells you something surprising, English has lovely little sounds for that. The most common one is, really, really, said softly with a little rise at the end. It means, oh, is that so? Tell me more. Listen, really, really, that's interesting. Imagine someone in London says to you, I've just moved here from Edinburgh. And you say, oh, really? And instantly, warmly, you are in the conversation. That is all it takes. Next. No way. No way. This is stronger. It means I can hardly believe it, said with a smile. It is warm and playful. No way. No way. Really. No way. That's amazing. Imagine your friend Emma says, I ran the London Marathon last year. And you say, no way. And she smiles because she can feel your surprise, and she wants to tell you more. Next, seriously. Seriously. Very common. Very natural. Seriously. Are you serious? Oh, seriously. Next. Wow. Wow. The simplest sound of amazement in English. Wow. Wow. Really? Oh, wow. Wow, that's incredible. Next. You're joking. You're joking, said warmly, with a smile. It means that's so surprising I can hardly believe it. You're joking. You must be joking. You're kidding. And I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe you did that. Let's rest with these now. Listen. Softly. Really. No way. No way. Seriously. Wow. You're joking. I can't believe it. Feel how alive they are. Feel how warm. These small sounds turn you from a quiet listener into a real conversation partner, and they cost you nothing at all. Now let's learn the warmest reactions of all, the ones you use when someone tells you good news. These matter so much, because when a person shares something happy, they are giving you a small gift. They are saying, something good happened to me, and I wanted you to know. And your reaction is the thank you for that gift. The simplest one is, that's great. That's great. 2 words. Warm, easy, perfect. That's great. Oh, that's great. That's really great. Next. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Softer, warmer, very kind. That's wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful news. Next. That's amazing. That's amazing. Stronger. Full of delight. That's amazing. Wow. That's amazing. Next. Well done. Well done. Very British. Very warm. Used when someone has achieved something. Well done. Oh, well done. Well done. That's brilliant. Next. Congratulations. Congratulations. For big news. A new job. A wedding. A baby. Congratulations. Oh, congratulations. That's lovely. I'm so happy for you. This one is beautiful. It says your joy has become my joy. I'm so happy for you. I'm really happy for you. Next. Lovely. Lovely. Very English. Very warm. Used for all sorts of small good things. Lovely. Oh, lovely. That sounds lovely. And brilliant. Brilliant. Extremely common in Britain. It simply means great. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant. Let me show you how they live. Imagine your colleague James says to you, I got the job at the bank. And you say, oh, that's brilliant. Well done. Feel the warmth in that. Feel how it lands. Or imagine Charlotte says, we're getting married in the spring. And you say, oh, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And she glows because you gave her something back. Let's rest with these now. Listen, softly. That's great. That's wonderful. That's amazing. Well done. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Lovely. Brilliant. Let them settle. Let them become yours. Now the gentle ones. The ones for when someone tells you something sad or hard or disappointing. These are precious. Because in these moments, the other person is trusting you with something tender. And a warm reaction here means more than 100 clever sentences. The simplest is, oh no, oh no. 2 small words, full of care. Oh no, oh no. Really, oh no, I'm sorry. Next, I'm sorry. In English, this does not always mean you did something wrong. It often simply means, I feel sadness with you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That last one is very useful. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. It is the perfect gentle response to almost any bad news. Next, that's a shame. That's a shame. Very British, warm and soft and kind. That's a shame. Oh, what a shame. Next, that's terrible. That's terrible. For something more serious, that's terrible. Oh, that's awful. Next, are you okay? Are you okay? Simple and deeply kind. Are you okay? Are you okay? Next, that must be hard. That must be hard. This one shows real understanding. That must be hard. That must be so difficult. That must have been awful. And if you need anything, just tell me. If you need anything, let me know. The gentle offer of help. Let me show you. Imagine your neighbor, Sophie, says my mother has been unwell. And you say, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is she all right? Feel how much warmth is in those few small words. Feel how much they carry. Or imagine Oliver says, I didn't get the job. And you say, oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry, that must be disappointing. Simple, human, kind. Let's rest with them now. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. That's terrible. That must be hard. Let them settle into you. Softly. These are the words that make you a good friend in English. Now let's learn how to agree warmly in English. Because agreement is the glue of a good conversation. The simplest is, exactly, exactly. One word, and it says, yes, you have said it perfectly. Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's what I think. Next. I know, though, I know. Said warmly, this means, yes, I feel the same. It is not rude. It is warm agreement. I know. Oh, I know. I know, right? That last one is very common and very natural. I know, right? It means, yes, isn't it strange or funny or true? Next, absolutely. Absolutely. Strong, warm agreement. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Next, definitely. Definitely. Yes, definitely. Next, totally. Totally. Casual and friendly. Totally. Casual and friendly. Totally. Yeah, totally. Next. Same here. Same here. A lovely small phrase meaning me too. Same here. Oh, same here. Next, me too. Me too. Simple, warm, perfect. Me too. Oh, me too. Next, that's true. That's true. Next, good point. Good point. That's a good point. And you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Let me show you how they flow. Imagine Grace says the tube is so crowded in the mornings, and you say, "Oh, I know. It's terrible." Warm, easy, natural. Or imagine Thomas says, "This weather is beautiful today." And you say, "Yeah, absolutely. It's lovely." And now you are in a real conversation. Let's rest with them, softly. Exactly. I know, right. Absolutely. Totally. Same here. Me too. Good point. You're right. Let them float. Let them settle. Now let's learn how to show interest, because this is the sound that makes people want to keep talking to you. The most common is, "That's interesting. That's interesting." Simple. That's interesting. Simple. Simple. And always useful. That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Next. Tell me more. Tell me more. A beautiful invitation. Tell me more. Oh, tell me more about that. Next. What happened? What happened? And then what happened? These push a story forward gently. Next. Go on. Go on. Said warmly. It means please continue. Next. How was it? How was it? What was it like? Lovely questions to open someone up. Next. How interesting. How interesting. Warm. And a little formal. And I've never heard of that. I didn't know that. I never knew that. Let me show you. Imagine your friend Harry says, "I spent last summer working on a farm in Cornwall." And you say, "Oh, really? What was it like?" Feel how that opens the door. Feel how he will smile and begin to tell you all about it. Or imagine Emma says, "I've started learning the violin." And you say, "No way, that's interesting. How's it going?" Warm, curious, alive. Let's rest with them now. That's interesting. Tell me more. What happened? How was it? What was it like? I didn't know that. Let them settle. Now, the let them settle. Small sounds that say, "I follow you." These keep a conversation smooth and easy. I see. I see. Oh, I see. Got it. Got it. Ah. Got it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Ah. That makes sense. Ah. Understand. Ah. Understand. Yes, I understand. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Very British. It means, okay, I accept that. Of course. Of course. Ah, of course. Sure. Sure. Yeah. Sure. And when you do not understand, these are just as important. Listen. Softly. Sorry. Sorry. In Britain, this single word is the most common way to say, "I did not hear you. Sorry, what was that? Sorry, could you say that again? I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I don't quite follow. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Could you say that more slowly, please? Sorry, Could you speak a little slower? These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of a good listener. Native speakers say them constantly to each other. Asking someone to repeat is completely normal and completely fine. Let's rest with them. I see. Got it. That makes sense. Fair enough. Sorry? Could you say that again? Let them settle softly into you. Now we come to the second half of our journey, small talk, and I want to begin by taking away a worry, because many learners think small talk is difficult. They think, what do I say? I have nothing interesting to talk about. But listen, softly. Small talk is not supposed to be interesting. That is the secret. Small talk is not about information. It is not about clever ideas. It is about warmth. It is two people saying, gently, I see you. I am friendly. We are okay together. That is all it is. And that is why it is made of the smallest, simplest things. The weather, the weekend, the coffee, the traffic. Nothing important, nothing clever. Just soft, easy words, passed back and forth like a warm little ball. So please, let go of the pressure to say something impressive. You do not need to. If someone says, lovely day, isn't it? And you say, yes, beautiful, you have done it perfectly. That is small talk. That is success. And here is why it matters. In Britain and in most English-speaking places, small talk is how relationships begin. It is the doorway. Before the deep conversation, before the friendship, before the trust, there is always small talk. And if you can do small talk, the door opens. So tonight, let's make it easy. Let's fill you with small, ready-made pieces so that when the moment comes, you do not have to think at all. You just reach, and they are there. We begin, of course, with the weather, because in Britain, the weather is the great doorway into every conversation. If you learn nothing else tonight, learn this. In England, you can speak to almost anyone about the weather, and it is always welcome. It is safe. It is friendly. It is the softest way to begin. Listen to how simple it is. Lovely day, isn't it? Lovely day, isn't it? And the answer is simply, yes, beautiful. It really is. Gorgeous, isn't it? Beautiful morning, beautiful morning. It's such a lovely morning. It's a bit cold today, isn't it? It is, yes. I know. I wasn't ready for it. It's turned quite chilly. It has, hasn't it? Looks like rain. It does, doesn't it? I think it might. Terrible weather today. Awful, isn't it? Miserable. At least it stopped raining. Thank goodness. Finally. They say it'll clear up later. Feel how easy these are. Feel how small. There is nothing to build. Just soft, ready-made pieces. And notice something lovely. Many of them end with, isn't it? Or doesn't it? This is a small English trick. It turns a statement into a gentle question and invites the other person to agree. Lovely day, isn't it? Cold today, isn't it? That's nice, isn't it? You do not need to understand the grammar tonight. Just let the sound of it settle in. Isn't it? Isn't it? It is the sound of friendliness. Let me show you a whole weather conversation. Listen, softly. You are waiting for a bus in London. An older woman beside you says, lovely morning, isn't it? And you say, yes, gorgeous. Much better than yesterday. And she says, "Oh, yesterday was awful. I got soaked." And you say, "Oh no, really? That's a shame." And she says, "Never mind. They say it'll be sunny all week now." And you say, "Oh, brilliant. Let's hope so." And that is it. That is a complete, warm, successful English conversation. And look what was in it. Lovely morning, isn't it? Oh no, really, that's a shame. Oh, brilliant. Every single piece was small and easy and already yours. Now, the second great doorway, the weekend. On Friday, people ask about the weekend ahead. On Monday, they ask about the weekend behind. And these little questions happen millions of times in every office, every shop, every corner of the English-speaking world. Listen to the questions. Any plans for the weekend? Any plans for the weekend? Doing anything nice this weekend? Doing anything nice this weekend? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Get up to much at the weekend. Very British, very casual. And now the answers. And here's the wonderful part. The answers can be tiny. Not much, really. Not much, just resting. Nothing special. Nothing much, just taking it easy. Quiet one. Just a quiet one. Just a quiet one. A lovely small English answer. Lovely. Thanks. It was lovely, thank you. Really good. Thanks. And you? Busy, but good. Oh, it was great. We went to Brighton. And always, always, remember to give it back. And you? And yourself? How about you? What about you? That small return question is the heart of small talk. It says, "And now I want to hear about you. Let me show you." Listen softly. Your colleague Sophie says, "Morning. Did you have a good weekend?" And you say, "Yes, lovely. Thanks." Very quiet. "And you?" And she says, "Oh, we went down to Brighton, actually, to see the sea." And you say, "Oh, lovely. How was it?" And she says, "Beautiful, cold, but beautiful." And you say, "That sounds wonderful. I love Brighton. Feel the flow of it. Feel how easy. Not one difficult word, not one complicated sentence, just small, warm pieces, passed gently back and forth. Now let's talk about work. Gently. Because this is another safe, easy doorway. Listen to the questions. What do you do? What do you do? This is how English speakers ask about your job, not what is your job. Just what do you do? Where do you work? Where do you work? How's work going? How's work been lately? Busy day. Busy day today, nearly the weekend. Almost Friday. Said with a warm, tired smile. And the answers softly. I'm a teacher. I work in a shop. I work at a bank in the city. I'm a nurse. I work at the hospital. Oh, busy. Very busy. But good. Same as always. You know. Same old. Can't complain. A lovely English answer. It means it's fine, thank you. Nearly there. Almost done. Just about surviving. Said with a smile. Let me show you a small work conversation. Listen. You meet someone at a party. James says, "So what do you do?" And you say, I'm a teacher. I work at a primary school in Camden. What about you? And he says, oh, nice. I work in a bookshop, actually, near the station. And you say, oh, really? That sounds lovely. Do you enjoy it? And he says, I do, yes. It's quiet, but I like that. And you say, that sounds perfect, honestly. Look at what you did there. You answered simply. You gave it back with what about you? You reacted warmly with oh, really? And that sounds lovely. And you asked one small question. That is all small talk ever is. Now here is a warm, easy topic, food. Everyone loves it. Everyone has something to say about it. Listen, have you eaten? Have you had lunch? That looks nice. That looks lovely. That smells amazing. What are you having? What did you order? Is it any good? How is it? This is delicious. This is really good. Oh, this is lovely. Do you like Italian food? Have you been to that new place? I could murder a cup of tea. A very British phrase. It simply means I really want a cup of tea. Fancy a coffee? Fancy a cup of tea. Fancy here means would you like? And the answer's, oh, lovely, yes, please. I'd love one, thanks. Go on then. A charming British way to say yes. Not for me, thanks. I'm all right, thanks. Let me show you. Listen, softly. Your colleague Charlotte says, fancy a cup of tea, and you say, oh, I'd love one, thanks. And she says, milk and sugar, and you say, just milk, please. Thank you. And she says, coming right up, and you say, you're a lifesaver. That last one is a lovely, warm phrase. You're a lifesaver. It just means, thank you so much. That is exactly what I needed. Now, a topic that opens people up beautifully. Holidays and travel. Listen to the questions. Have you been anywhere nice? Have you been on holiday this year? Any holidays planned? Going anywhere nice this summer? Where are you from originally? A gentle, warm question. How long have you been in London? Do you like it here? How are you finding it here? And the answers. We went to Spain in here. And the answers. The summer. It was lovely. Not this year. No. Maybe next year. I'm from Poland, originally. I've been here 3 years now. I love it here. The people are very kind. It took a while to get used to, but I love it now. Let me show you. Listen, your neighbor, Grace, says, so how long have you been in London? And you say, about 2 years now. And she says, oh, lovely. And how are you finding it? And you say, I really like it. It took time to settle in, but it feels like home now. And she says, that's good to hear. Where are you from originally? And you say, from Italy, a small town near Florence. And she says, oh, how beautiful. I've always wanted to go. And you say, oh, you should. It's lovely in the spring. Feel how warm that is. Feel how gentle. Two people, gently, getting to know each other with the smallest and simplest words. Now let me give you something precious. The skill of keeping a conversation going. Because here is what happens to so many learners. Someone asks you a question. You answer it correctly, perfectly, and then silence. The conversation dies, and you feel that awful heavy pause. Why does this happen? because you closed the door instead of leaving it open. Listen to the difference. Someone says, "Did you have a good weekend?" And you say, "Yes." And the conversation stops. There is nowhere to go. But now listen. Someone says, "Did you have a good weekend?" And you say, "Yes, lovely. Thanks. We went for a walk in Hyde Park." And you feel the difference. You gave a small answer, added one tiny detail, and then handed it back. 3 simple moves, and the door stayed open. This is the pattern. Answer. Add one small thing. Give it back. Let me show you again. How's work? Oh, busy. We've got a big project on. How about you? Do you like living here? I do. Yes. The people are so friendly. Have you always lived here? Nice weather today. Beautiful, isn't it? I walked in this morning. Do you feel it? Answer. One small detail. Hand it back. That is all. And here are the small phrases that hand it back softly. And you, and yourself. How about you? What about you? How is yours? Did you? Do you? Let's listen to another one. Softly, let it drift through you. There is nothing to learn now. Just listen. Imagine you are outside your building in London on a spring morning. Your neighbor Oliver is putting out his bins. He says, "Morning." And you say, "Morning, Oliver. Lovely day." And he says, "Beautiful, isn't it, finally?" And you say, "I know. It's been such a long winter." And he says, "Hasn't it just? My garden's finally waking up." And you say, "Oh, really? How's it looking?" And he says, "Getting there. The daffodils are out." And you say, "Oh, lovely. I do love daffodils." And he says, "Me too. Best part of spring." And you say, "Absolutely." And he says, "Right, I'd best get on. Have a good one." And you say, "You too. See you later." Simple, warm, complete, and it lasted 20 seconds. Another one softly. Imagine you are buying a coffee. The young man behind the counter, Thomas, smiles. He says, "Morning. What can I get you?" And you say, "Morning. Just a flat white, please." And he says, "Course. To have in or take away." And you say, "Take away, please." And he says, "Lovely. Anything else?" And you say, "No. That's it, thanks." And he says, "That's £3.50, please." And you say, "Here you go." And he says, "Thank you. Won't be a moment." And you say, "No rush." And a moment later he says, "There you go, one flat white." And you say, "Lovely, thank you so much." And he says, "You're welcome. Have a good day." And you say, "You too. Cheers." That last word is very British. Cheers. It means thank you and goodbye and you're kind all at once. Say it softly. Cheers. Cheers. Thanks. One more and softer still. Just let it wash over you. Imagine your friend Charlotte calls you on a quiet evening. She says, "Hiya, how are you?" And you say, "Hiya, I'm good, thanks. How are you?" And she says, "Oh, not bad. Bit tired, but all right. Listen, are you free Saturday?" And you say, "Saturday. I think so. Yeah. Why?" And she says, "We're going for a walk in Hampstead. Fancy coming?" And you say, "Oh, that sounds lovely. Yes, I'd love to." And she says, "Brilliant. We're meeting about 11. And you say, "Where shall I meet you?" And she says, "By the station. Is that all right?" And you say, "That's fine. 11 at the station." And she says, "Lovely. See you Saturday then." And you say, "See you Saturday. Thanks for asking me." And she says, "Course. Take care." And you say, "You too. Bye." Listen to the little pieces in there. Hiya. Not bad. Bit tired, but all right. Fancy coming. That sounds lovely. Brilliant. Is that all right? Course. Take care. Every one of them small. Every one of them warm. Every one of them warm. Every one of them yours now. Before we let the words settle, let me give you one more gift. Something very English and very beautiful. In English, and especially in Britain, people soften what they say. They rarely say things directly. They wrap their words in soft, gentle padding. And once you hear it, you will hear it everywhere. Listen to the difference. Instead of, "I want a coffee," they say, "I'd love a coffee." Or, "Could I get a coffee, please?" Or, "I'll have a coffee, please." Instead of "No," they say, "I'm all right, thanks." Or, "Not for me, thanks." Or, "Maybe another time." Instead of "That's wrong," they say, "I'm not sure about that." Or, "Really? I thought it was different." Or, "Maybe." Instead of "I don't like it," they say, "It's not really for me." Or, "It's not my favorite." Or, "I'm not keen on it." Instead of "That's bad," they say, "It's not great, is it?" Or, "It could be better." And there are little softening words sprinkled everywhere. Listen for them. I just wanted to ask, just a quick question. It's a bit cold. I'm a bit tired. A bit busy today. Quite, it's quite nice. Quite good, actually. Maybe. Perhaps. I think. Sort of. Kind of. Sorry. Kinglish people say sorry constantly. Sorry. Could I just. Sorry. Do you know? It is not apology. It is politeness. Feel how soft all of this is. Feel how gentle. This is the music of English politeness. And when you use these small, soft words, you will sound wonderfully natural. Let them settle. Just. A bit. Quite. Fut. Maybe. Sorry. I'd love to. Not for me. Thanks. It's not really my thing. Now let me show you something lovely. Let me show you how reactions live inside a story. Because when someone tells you a long story, your reactions are what carry them through it. Listen, softly. Imagine your friend Grace is telling you about her day, and listen to what you say. She says, "So, I was on the tube this morning," and you say, she says, and it stopped, right in the tunnel, for 20 minutes, and you say, "Oh no, really?" She says, 20 minutes, and it was packed, absolutely packed. And you say, "Oh, that's awful." She says, "And then they announced we all had to get off at the next station." And you say, "You're joking." She says, "I'm not. So I had to walk the rest of the way." And you say, "No way. In this weather." She says, in the rain, with no umbrella. And you say, oh, poor you. That's terrible. She says, but then, guess what? I found a lovely little cafe on the way. And you say, oh, really? She says, best coffee I've ever had, honestly. And you say, no way. Well, there you go. Something good came of it. And she says, exactly. That's what I thought. Now listen, softly, to what you actually said and all of that. Oh no. Really? Oh, that's awful. You're joking. No way. Oh, poor you. Oh, really? No way. That is all. Small sounds, nothing more. And yet you were a wonderful listener. She felt heard. She felt cared for. She enjoyed telling you her story. That is the power of reactions. You do not need clever words. You only need to be there, warmly, with small soft sounds as the other person speaks. Let's listen to another, softly. Just let it drift. Imagine you are at a small dinner in London. You are sitting beside a woman named Alice, whom you have just met. She says, so how do you know Emma? And you say, we work together, actually, at the library. And she says, oh, lovely. We were at university together, years ago now. And you say, oh, really? What did you study? And she says, history, which I've never used once. And you say, ha, really? So what do you do now? And she says, I'm an architect, actually. And you say, wow, that's amazing. How did you end up doing that? And she says, long story. I went back and studied again in my 30s. And you say, no way. That's brave. And she says, or mad, one of the two. And you say, no, honestly, that's brilliant. Well done. And she says, thank you. What about you? Have you always been at the library? And you say, about 3 years now. I love it, honestly. It's very peaceful. And she says, that sounds lovely. I'd like that. And you say, you'd be surprised. It's busier than people think. And she says, oh, I bet. Listen to how warm that was. And notice, softly, you did not say anything clever. You just reacted warmly and asked one small question at a time and gave small, honest answers. That is all a good conversation ever is. One more, and softer still. Let it wash over you like water. Imagine you are on a train leaving London in the late afternoon. An older gentleman, William, sits opposite you. He says, excuse me, is this seat free? And you say, yes, of course. Go ahead. And he says, thank you. Bit of a crush today, isn't it? And you say, it is. Always is on a Friday. And he says, true enough. Are you traveling far? And you say, just to Oxford. And he says, all the way to Bristol, I'm afraid. And you say, oh, that's a long journey. And he says, it is, but I've got my book, so I can't complain. And you say, that's the way. What are you reading? And he says, oh, just an old detective story, nothing clever. And you say, those are the best kind, honestly. And he says, you're quite right. Do you read much? And you say, I do. Yes, I work in a library, actually. And he says, do you now? How wonderful, what a lovely job. And you say it is, most days. And he says, I can imagine. Well, I'd best let you get on. And you say, not at all. Enjoy your book. And he says, thank you. Have a safe journey. And you say, you, too, take care. Feel how gentle that was. Two strangers on a train sharing a few small, warm words. Nothing important, nothing clever, just warmth, passed softly back and forth in the smallest and simplest English. Now, as you grow heavier and softer, let me simply say these words to you. You do not need to learn them. You do not need to remember. Just let them float through you, like leaves on quiet water. Listen, softly. Really? Oh, really? Seriously? No way. You're joking. Wow. I can't believe it. That's great. That's wonderful. That's amazing. That's brilliant. How lovely. Well done. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. That's terrible. Are you okay? That must be hard. Exactly. I know. I know. Right. Absolutely. Definitely. Totally. Same here. Me too. You're right. Good point. That's interesting. Tell me more. What happened? How was it? What was it like? I didn't know that. I see. Got it. That makes sense. Fair enough. Of course. Sure. Softer now. Oh. Oh. Right. Yeah. Let them settle. They will stay or they will go. And both are fine because there will be another night and another. And now the small talk. Just listen softly as you sink. Lovely day, isn't it? Beautiful morning. Bit cold today, isn't it? Looks like rain. Terrible weather. At least it stopped. How are you? I'm good, thanks. And you? Not bad, thanks. Can't complain. All right, you. Any plans for the weekend? Doing anything nice? How was your weekend? Lovely, thanks. Quiet one. And you? What do you do? I'm a teacher. I work in the city. How about you? How's work? Oh, busy. But good. Same as always. Nearly Friday. Fancy a coffee? Fancy a tea? Oh, I'd love one, thanks. Go on then. You're a lifesaver. Have you been anywhere nice? Any holidays planned? How long have you been here? Where are you from originally? Do you like it here? And you? And yourself? How about you? What about you? Softer still. Anyway, I'd better get going. Lovely chatting with you. You too. See you soon. Take care. Have a good day. Cheers. Let them all drift gently into the deep, quiet places of your mind where they will wait for you patiently until you need them. Before we gather everything, let me give you one more small, warm thing. Compliments, because these are among the loveliest words you can offer someone, and they are wonderfully easy. Listen to how simple they are. I like your coat. I love your coat. That's a lovely coat. You look well. You're looking well. Very British and very kind. That's a lovely bag. Those are nice shoes. You've had your hair cut. It suits you. Your English is really good, which, by the way, people will say to you, and you should believe them. Well done. That's brilliant. You're so good at that. That was lovely, thank you. That was delicious. And now the harder part for many learners, how to receive a compliment. When someone says something kind to you, do not say, no, no, do not push it away. In English, that can feel a little awkward. Instead, simply take it warmly. Listen, oh, thank you, thank you. That's kind. Thanks, that's very kind of you. Oh, thank you. That's lovely of you to say. Thanks, I appreciate that. And if someone says, your English is very good, you do not need to argue. You do not need to say no, it's terrible. Just say, thank you, I'm still learning. Or thank you, that's kind of you. Warm, simple, gracious. Let them settle softly. I like your coat. You look well. That's lovely. Oh, thank you, that's kind. Thanks, I appreciate that. And now, one last gentle thing. Because sometimes small talk grows quietly into something a little warmer, and English has soft ways to let it. Listen, how are things? A little deeper than how are you? It invites more. How have you been? How's everything? How's life? How's the family? How are the kids? How are you settling in? How are you finding it? You all right? You all right? You seem quiet today. A kind, gentle noticing. Is everything okay? Anything on your mind? And the soft answers. Oh, you know. Not bad. Getting there. Up and down. But all right. Honestly, a bit tired. It's been a long week. Much better, thanks. Things are looking up. And when someone opens up to you, the reactions you learned tonight become precious. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That must be hard. If you need anything, just say. Or if the news is good, oh, that's wonderful. I'm so pleased for you. That's really good news. This is how a small conversation becomes a real one. Slowly, gently, one warm reaction at a time. And it always begins with small talk. Always. The weather opens the door, and the friendship walks through it. So do not think of small talk as nothing. It is the beginning of everything. One last gentle thing before we gather. Something very English. In Britain, warmth often arrives, dressed as humor. People complain, softly, and laugh about it. They make small jokes about the weather, and the trains, and how tired they are. And this is not real complaining. It is a kind of friendliness. It is a way of saying, we are in this together. Listen, softly. Someone says, this weather is a joke, and they are not angry. They are inviting you to smile with them, and you say, isn't it just, or absolutely miserable, and you both smile. Someone says, is it Friday yet, on a Tuesday, and you say, don't, just don't, and you both laugh, gently. Someone says the trains are a nightmare today, and you say, aren't they always? Or, tell me about it. That last one is lovely. Tell me about it. It does not mean please. Tell me. It means yes, I know exactly I feel the same, said with a soft, tired smile. Other small, warm ones. Typical story of my life. Same old, same old. You couldn't make it up. Here we go again. And when someone says something kind or funny, ha, very true. You're not wrong. I like that. That's a good one. None of this is clever. None of it is difficult. It is just the small, warm music of people being human together. And when you join in softly with a tell me about it or an aren't they always, you are not just speaking English. You are belonging in it. Rest with those now. Tell me about it. Isn't it just typical? Aren't they always? Don't even start. Now, softly, let's gather what we have walked through tonight. You do not need to hold any of it. Just let it drift past, gently, like leaves on quiet water. We began with the silence. Not the silence of not knowing, but the silence of not having something small and ready to say. And we learned that the warmth of English is not made of long sentences. It is made of tiny pieces. We learned the smallest sounds. Oh, oh, ah. Right. Sounds so small you cannot get them wrong. We learned surprise. Really? No way. But it's seriously. Wow. You're joking. We learned happiness. That's great. That's wonderful. Well done. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Brilliant. Lovely. We learned kindness. Oh no. Bye. We learned kindness. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. Are you okay? That must be hard. We learned agreement. Exactly. I know, right. Absolutely. Same here. Me too. We learned interest. That's interesting. Tell me more. How was it? What was it like? We learned the doorway of small talk. The weather, the weekend, work, tea, holidays, nothing important, nothing clever, only warmth. We learned the pattern that keeps a conversation alive. Answer. Add one small thing. Give it back. And you. How about you? We learn to ask softly when we do not understand. Sorry. Could you say that again? And we learn that this is normal and welcome and kind. We learn to soften. Just a bit. Quite. I'd love to. Not for me, thanks. And we learn to close a door gently. Anyway, I'd better get going. Lovely chatting with you. Take care. All of it is inside you now. You do not have to hold it. Just let it settle softly into the deep and quiet places while you rest. And now, our journey comes to its gentle end. Let go now. Let all of it go. You do not need to remember a single phrase from tonight. The ones that were meant to stay will stay, quietly in the deep places, waiting, and they will come to you someday, in an ordinary moment when you need them. That is the gift of listening while you rest. Let your body grow heavy now. Let your arms be soft. Let your legs grow heavy. Let your whole body sink gently into the warmth of your bed. Take one slow breath in and let it go slowly, and another, slower, softer, deeper. There is nothing left to do tonight. No one is waiting for your answer. No one is listening for your mistakes. There is only this warm bed and this quiet dark, and your own slow, gentle breathing. Think softly of how simple it all was. Oh, really? That's lovely. Oh, no. I know. Wow, same here. Small, warm, easy things. Nothing to fear, nothing to build, nothing to be perfect about. You were never cold in English. You only lacked the small words to show your warmth. And now you have them. They are yours. They are settling into you softly right now as you drift. And one day soon, without planning it, you will be in a conversation and someone will tell you something, and you will hear yourself say, "Oh, really? That's wonderful," easily, warmly, before you have time to think. And they will smile, and you will feel it. That small, quiet joy of being warm in English as yourself. That day is coming. It is closer than you think. But that is for another day. For tonight, there is only rest. Let your thoughts grow slow and soft and quiet. Let them drift away, gently, like small clouds in a wide, dark sky. Feel how heavy you are. Feel how warm. Feel how safe. There is nothing to worry about tonight. Nothing to prove. Nothing to do. Only this soft bed, and this quiet night, and your slow, gentle breathing, carrying you down, deeper and deeper, into sleep. And if you are still awake, that is all right too. These gentle words will begin again softly, and you can drift along with them as many times as you like, all through the peaceful night. There is no hurry here. There is all the time in the world. Rest now. Sleep now. Let go completely. Sleep well, dear friend. You are warmer in English than you know. Good night, rest deeply, and dream gently in English. The words are yours now. Let them settle quietly until the morning comes.